What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Turbo today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Let's talk about the price action here. So, Turbo seeing lower prices, relatively speaking, than a lot of cryptos are. A lot of cryptos have found higher lows. Turbo over the last couple of weeks has moved down lower. And while this can seem concerning, because here, in the scope of this overall consolidation phase here, you have essentially broken out, and likely based on this look, you would not stop until it moved down to about, something that's lower than 50% of a move of what you would have to drop 50% or more from here to find support. I don't think that's going to happen. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I don't think you're going to go too much lower. You might even be at the low right now, right? Something in this area, right? I know that we were expecting this to be the low, but whether it's here or it's down here, like whatever, tomato, it's off by a little bit. Inevitably, the targets are still the same. Inevitably, Turbo is going to be above this price here, and it really does have a solid chance of seeing prices that are near, if not even above $1 by the end of the cycle, you guys. If we go left, the reason why I don't think that we have to go all the way down here is that if we keep going left, we can see that you're actually at your very first all-time high initial area of resistance. Likely, you find support at the lowest, I would think, somewhere around 0.0021669. And that's not ideal. I understand that's not ideal because at this price, nobody wants to see it continue to drop, but that's another 20%. It could happen. It's very possible. I'm not saying it has to happen. I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm just saying it could happen. I'd like to see this thing on something with volume. I want to see how much volume came in. That was a lot of volume there, you guys. That was a lot of volume. Volume is picking up. So likely, and let's just see if that agrees on Binance, something that has more volume than Coinbase. Let's see. Not really, not that much volume. Interesting. More volume on Coinbase. Coinbase was the most recent exchange to list Turbo. Maybe there's just a lot of retail panic selling going on. Binance being the biggest exchange in the world, not selling. I mean, if we look at it here on the volume basis, you can see this volume is below average volume, and that amount of volume there is 9.62 billion Turbo, right? And that's below average on this day, so not really anything crazy. Coinbase, though, oh wait, I have to type it in for Coinbase. Coinbase, though, it was 2.38 billion. So while this looks like a lot of volume, in comparison to Binance, it's not that significant at all. And for Binance, it wasn't significant volume anyway. So maybe you don't have to go lower. But the lowest I would think you go is 2.1669 if you were to continue going lower. This really could be the low in itself. If we look at, let's take this low here to this high. What does that give us on the fibs? Yeah, a little lower would actually be what I would think you do. 2.3388 is your 2272, and it's extremely common with the 2272, you guys, to actually go just below it. And what's just below it? It's right there. It's right there at this 3-day closing high right here on a weekly basis. I mean, I guess that would actually call for you to even go lower, but I don't think you go to the money zone here, or in this case, the no money zone, the money loss area. I don't think you do that. I would expect you find support there. Let's see. Let's look at this thing on a 3-day time frame. No, daily time frame. Daily time frame here. You were forming some bullish divergence down at these lows. You had, come on now, you had one drive here, 2 drives there. That was double bullish divergence, right? Triple bullish divergence even. And each time you fulfilled the divergence, moving lower, getting higher highs all the way through while getting lower highs. That's not a good look, guys. That's hidden bearish divergence and likely does suggest that you go lower. But you've already seen that move down. You're lower now. It wouldn't surprise me if you continued to go lower. But first, you might move up a little bit, right? You might move up, I would think, either to about, I got to fix that. Hold on. Hold up. Got to fix that. You either move up to something around 0.003 or perhaps a little bit higher, maybe around 0.003435, something in that area. But inevitably, I do think that you go lower to those pre-discussed areas that we were just talking about. I want to take this fib here and see if that makes sense as well, from a low to a high. Hitting the 1272, going up to the 886 would be a very common thing to do, right around 0.003, yeah. Even going to the golden ratio is pretty common, 0.0033. So even if you get up that high, that doesn't mean that you're done. If you want to absolve this, if you want to not go lower, Turbo on a daily basis needs to close above 0.0033721. If it doesn't do that, lower first, and then we could talk about going higher, okay? Daily time frame definitely looks bearish to me. 3-day time frame, bearish as hell. Weekly time frame, bearish in this look, but overall bullish. I would expect with this kind of look, you're definitely coming to the end of it. So you're closer to the end than some people might feel at this current price. I would expect that Turbo not only does it find support soon, but it will likely see new all-time highs by the end of this cycle, by the end of this next move. I think by the end of April, you will be all the way back up here, you guys, back above 1 cent and even potentially through it, right? By the end of March, hell, by the end of March, you could be up here. I am expecting some kind of V-shaped recovery to take place this month. I don't know if you'll be all the way at these new highs by the end of March, but you certainly will be far along on your path. It's not fair of me to draw from a high to a low. It's not fair to assume these fibs unless we have confirmation that you're done moving lower. And that would come in the form, again, if we go back, that would come in the form of getting above about 0.0033721. If you can get above there on a daily closing basis, then I would start to consider that this is the low. Until then, I'm looking lower, right? And the lowest I would give it is probably 0.002145. Is that right? Is that the lowest that I'd give? Let's see. Looking at the 3-day time frame. Yeah, that's probably the lowest I'd give because that's the relative golden ratio. That'd be the lowest. So one way or another, even if it goes down, you've seen the worst of it already. This Coinbase listing really messed you up, man. The Binance, you had all these big exchanges list you at the top. They redistributed and are dumping on you now. There's no buying pressure at all. It's just selling pressure. Once everybody capitulates, and I have a feeling that we're probably very damn near there, you'll see no more selling pressure. It'll be very easy to move the price up. You won't even need volume to move this thing up, and that's where these V-shaped recoveries come in. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes, but that's my expectations. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say, so let's just look at the ribbons and see if there's any other kinds of forms of contrast that we can go over there. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. 3-day time frame crossing to the downside looks bearish, looks very bearish. But to be completely fair, you have a date with destiny to interact with this line at least at some point. Let's see here on a daily basis right there. Definitely bearish. Looks like you're going down, conforming to that. The 4 hours normally not helpful, but sometimes, yeah, I wouldn't pay attention to that. Weekly basis, still in a bullish posturing. So as long as you don't get this across down, this is what I mean, guys. You're not in jeopardy of Turbo being dead. As long as this is bullishly postured, I think you're fine. And as long as you can close before the cross happens, you can close a week above probably about 0.0058, 0.0057 or 59, something in that area on a weekly basis. I think that you're fine. So you can go lower. As long as you come up, I would think that at the rate of decay that you're going, it would probably be sometime in late March, if not by the end of March, that you would bearishly cross, especially if you pick up the pace to the downside. So as long as you get up above 0.0059, and probably it moves down even lower, 0.0055, 0.0059, as long as you get above that area on a weekly closing basis by the end of March, I think you're fine. Right? So any lower price is just a buying opportunity. The shorter term time frames are bearish, absolutely, but the weekly time frame is not. You're in a very dominant uptrend. You moved up a lot. You're going to sell a lot. It's just you had a bunch of big exchanges listed. You're going to sell a lot. It's just part of it. You're not done yet, unfortunately. And the monthly doesn't have enough history to go off of. So I don't know. I think I've said everything I need to say, everything I want to say. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.